When Babar Azam persisted with Amr Jamal against Shamar Joseph, the West Indies were 7 down in their second innings, and Shamar ended up adding 38 massive runs to the lead. Then on day 4, Pakistan are 8 down in their second innings, still leading over 100 runs to win. What does Babar Azam do? He takes a single off the very first delivery of the over. That left Muhammad Ali, a number 10 tailender, to face 5 straight deliveries of hostile pace when the West Indians were all over Pakistani batters. All of this showed an utter lack of game awareness, and honestly, it completely exposed the whole narrative we've been fed over the last few weeks by Babar Azam and the PCB. My name is Sidra Arshad, and you're watching Sidra's Silly Point. I'll start with Babar Azam, but he isn't the only culprit in the Pakistan side. Despite all the PR reels and producing content sitting down with Salman Butt, he really hasn't learned a single thing. This match in particular is a perfect reflection of why fans are turning away from Test cricket. You can play king on social media all day long, but on the pitch, you just can't hide. Time after time, Babar took a single off the very first ball, hanging his tailenders out to dry for 5 straight deliveries, whether it was Khurram Shahzad or Muhammad Ali. And before his die-hard fans jump in, take a look at how modern greats are handling these types of situations. I did a quick search and found that Ben Stokes in one of the test matches during the 2019 Ashes series locked down the strike, just completely took over it to shield Jack Leach against the likes of Cummins, Hazelwood, and Nathan Lyon. And over a 10+ over partnership, Leach faced just 17 balls in total. 17. Yes, not 5 per over. 17 in the whole innings. Kusal Pereira did the exact same thing that year, and VVS Lakshman also famously pulled off a miracle back in 2010 with a broken back while completely taking over strike and working with 2 tailenders. These are all examples of proper match awareness, something Babar just simply didn't show. Babar's name has been in the Pakistan side for years, and this isn't his first stint as captain. If you look at his captaincy and bowling tactics, well, firstly, Mohammad Abbas was your go-to bowler in this match, right? Everyone agrees with that. Yet, with West Indies 6 down for 93 in the second innings, Babar Azam opts for Amr Jamal, and Shamar Joseph smashes him for 3 sixes. And even after Umar Gul admitted on day 3 that Mohammad Abbas was their best experienced option, what happens on day 4, especially the morning of it? Babar sticks with Khurram Shahzad and Muhammad Ali, holding Abbas back until the 8th over. And by then, West Indies had added, 36 extra runs. Across both innings, Shamar Joseph scored 23 in the first and 38 in the second, so 61 runs in total, and Pakistan lost by 90. So you do the math. Look at the top international sides. Virat Kohli, for example, in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, was getting all over the debutant Sam Constance, all to intimidate and apply pressure. It's a tactic. Australians are known to be tactical, but bringing the field in on the tailenders is quite basic, rudimentary tactic. I don't know. But Babar gave them open fields and allowed lower order hitters to swing freely. If you can't manage basic field settings or bowler rotations, for example, why bring him back as captain? What does he add over Shan Masood or any other candidate in the team for that matter? And I'm not saying Shan should have still been the captain, but Babar Azam's captaincy was a complete train wreck in this test match. And then there's his batting. Beautiful cover drives that he plays, we all know. But beautiful cover drives don't win test matches. This isn't a beauty pageant. When Pakistan were 53 for 6, Babar was on 28, and instead of shielding the tail or taking charge, he simply shifted into self-preservation mode. Stat padding his way to 50 while Shan Masood was batting on the other end with a fractured finger. Hey, he's called the anchor, we get it, but that anchor has sunk the ship countless times. And when commentators said something along the lines of, Babar has confidence in Abbas, so that's why he's running 2, I had to laugh. Running 2s to put your tailender on strike? But I guess he knew the praises that would flood but in his favor over social media the next morning. I mean, a lone warrior who remained unbeaten in Pakistan's unsuccessful chase against the West Indies, something along those lines. I mean, he wasn't being a lone warrior in this, but a lone wolf. I mean, who played for himself only. And as a leader and an elite batter, Babar showed zero growth, but credit where it's due. Playing 5 specialist bowlers after a long time was a welcome change, especially over the useless, self-proclaimed all-rounders who have taken up the space in the team for a long time. I mean, and speaking of taking up space, let's address Mohammad Rizwan, the wicketkeeper of Pakistan team. Watching him bat right now is just mind-boggling. It's like watching a kid out there. I mean, there's no refined technique, just a chaotic mess of hops and jumps and inside edges and sheer lucks, just carrying him through. I mean, in both innings, he looked completely rusty, out of form, and totally out of place. And the same goes for Amar Jamal. I mean, everyone had high expectations. We're looking forward to his comeback. And he failed to deliver with both bat and ball. Then there's Salman Ali Agha. He's taken a lot of heat recently after a miserable T20, that Asia Cup campaign, but now he's fast becoming another dead weight in the red ball setup. I mean, you could argue he belongs in the test squad, sure, but whether it's the batting position or I guess just the pressure getting to him, he crumbled in both innings and was gone in the blink of an eye. And when it comes to top order, Imam ul Haq's first innings performance was a pleasant surprise, honestly, especially considering his recent form and injuries. But why was young Azan away taking strike in the opening over in both innings instead of the senior man? Unsurprisingly, though, Imam couldn't back his first innings in the second innings, and he nicked off to a ball he could have left. And I think with Azan, they just need to give him more time and exposure, and I hope they don't bench him for the next test match. As for Shan Masood, he looked like a man with a massive weight lifted off his shoulders. I mean, he played a brilliant, calculated knock-in the first innings, single-handedly keeping Pakistan in the match and driving them towards day 4 as far as it went. But the moment Justin Greaves bowled him after he reached his century, I mean, right on cue, the iconic, mandatory, absolutely compulsory Pakistan batting collapse was triggered. And what a match for Justin Greaves. He picked up a 5-wicket haul, completely tearing through a thriving Pakistan middle order when they were cruising at 3 down. 5 wickets, 5 consecutive maidens in a test match. I mean, that's one for the history books, right? And of course, as fate would have it, another historic record set right against Pakistan. But for Pakistan, for sure, Mohammad Abbas was easily the pick of the bowlers. I mean, in fact, he probably could have taken even more if the captain had kept him in the attack long enough. He provided the early breakthroughs in the second innings, taking 2 wickets in I think it was the 5th over of the innings, to dismiss Hodge, who had scored 84 in the first innings, and also Brandon King, who and wrapped up the tail nicely for a 5-wicket haul. And the commentators were talking about this. He had some massive career milestones in this match as well. He actually surpassed the legendary Imran Khan's bowling average, taking over as the best test average for any Pakistani fast bowler with more than 100 wickets. And with his 8 wickets in this match alone, his overall career average now puts him 4th worldwide. So right behind Bumrah, Rabada, and Cummins. And to think he was sidelined for years just because he lacked raw pace in favor of the so-called premium fast bowlers, Shaheen and I guess Naseem, it's unbelievable, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but as a fan, this test match was fantastic entertainment. And credit to the West Indies Cricket Board for preparing a pitch that offered something for everyone. I mean, it wasn't a run fest, nor was it unplayable. In fact, for the first time in West Indian history, all 40 wickets in a test match were taken by pace bowlers. And I think teams like the West Indies and Bangladesh are capitalizing on playing against Pakistan to elevate their red ball cricket. I mean, Bangladesh dismantled Pakistan with pace recently, and here Kemar Roach, Justin Greaves, and Jayden Seales were relentless and completely dominated the Pakistani lineup. I mean, Shea Hope with his 92 and Hodges 84 helped set up a commendable first innings total, and their tailenders adding much needed runs in both innings. And then the West Indian Pacers took over and took the game out of Pakistan's reach completely. It was a fitting tribute to Sir Garfield Sobers for sure. That's it for now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I shall see you in my next video. Until then, take care.